Mild hybrid technology is something that I actually entertain instead of a full electric vehicle because you're going to get optimal gas consumption and you still got performance like this. Crown Volvo Cars gives us the 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 front-wheel drive ultimate bright theme in crystal white metallic. Volvo brings to the table something that you're not going to receive in Infiniti QX50 or a BMW X5, an Audi Q5. You have elegance from the Scandinavians like your Thor LED headlamps. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. I'm going to go over all the specs and details starting now. The Volvo XC60 has the essence of luxury and yet dynamic proportions. When you get the Ultimate, you're getting all the bells and whistles. It's going to start off with giving you some more chrome on the front. So the vertical bars and the exterior of the grille all chromed out. The lower trim where the air vent would be is going to get chrome, and on the whole lower bumper that's just above the LED fog lamp. You're going to get chrome that's going to go on the side sills and around all your windows. You'll have the satin aluminum on your roof rails and a little bit more chrome that's going to touch onto the rear bumper where your dual exhausts would be, but now they're hidden exhausts, which they did this a couple years ago. More ground clearance than all of the rivals. Four-corner air suspension, four-corner independent suspension. You're not going to get these dynamics under $70,000 if you're looking at a BMW or an Audi. These are upgraded 22-inch wheels. It comes standard with 20-inch. The disc behind it at 13.6, the rear at 12.6, sports tuned suspension, a length at 184.6 inches with a wheelbase at 112.8 inches. It's not going to be the longest in the Volvo lineup, nor is the XC90. It's actually the V90 that will be. This also has one of those sweet spots in the price point because of it being a mid-size with two rows. You can even option a BMW X5. It would be MSRP base price at what this is fully loaded with these upgraded wheels. So when you're thinking about the Germans, you need to start thinking about the Scandinavians. Shark fin antenna, lower roof spoiler, LED tail lamps integrated with the vertical lines, which is the signature of the XC60. Because this is the ultimate 360-degree reverse camera, front and rear parking sensors, towing up to 3,500 pounds. Power liftgate going inside to 18 cubic feet, a 12-volt charger, storage on one side, air suspension. You can lower the ride in the back. We'll have a spare tire tucked underneath. Split fold the rear bench at a 40-60 split with a pass-through, increasing the cargo to 64 cubic feet. This is a B5, so we have some exhaust note that will come out of this turbocharged. Let's go inside, start it up so you can hear it now. Mid-size luxury SUV without having a third row. So you're going to have optimal leg space and head space for the back, plus the cargo like we were just talking about. If you need a third row, you just option the XC90. It's a little bit longer and it gives you a little bit more interior space and cargo. And they back the performance with a standard 2.0 liter turbocharged inline four-cylinder, producing 260 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. That's paired to an 8-speed Geartronic automatic transmission, achieving 23 to 30 mpgs, a 0 to 60 around 6.5 seconds with a quarter mile at 14.1 seconds. And what do these numbers equivalent to? Well, it's not going to be the fastest variant, whether you option the BMW X3, X4, or X5, or you go into the Audi. It's going to be faster than the Infiniti. It's going to be a smooth ride because we have the optional air suspension. It's about a $2,000 upgrade. I personally would do it, especially if I'm going to option 22-inch wheels. Let me know in the comments what you think about the 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 as we go into the interior, go over the tech, and take this for our test run. Entering inside the Volvo XC60 B5, you're going to receive 38 inches of headroom, 41.5 inches of legroom, 16-way power seat adjustment, heated, ventilated. The dashboard gets the wood decor inlays and you get the silver that's going to wrap around all of it. A more flat dash with the contrast stitching, heads-up display. The gloss black will go on all of your air vents. In the center, we have the 9-inch vertical touchscreen with navigation. We got the pinch and we got the swipe. Click here. This is Google interface, so Google Assist, Google Play Store, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM, and FM. Click down here so you can see all the other apps. Put it into reverse. We have a 360-degree camera when you push onto it, and you can click onto all of the camera icons here to see all around the vehicle with your parking sensors and your reversing auto brake. Dual climate control settings, your heated steering wheel switch. It's a 3-spoke multi-function. The gauge cluster is a digital reader, and you can go through an array of information, putting your navigation in the front and putting on your adaptive cruise control with your heads-up display. Bauer & Wilkins upgraded sound system working down the lower. You have an area here that you can put for your cell phone. Open up the wood, and you got cup holders that can fit about a 20 ounce with a 12 volt in an area for your key fob. More sporty for your elbows. Open up inside. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but you'll have some USB ports inside. On the door panel, it integrates into the air vents on both sides. Upgraded speakers, memory for the driver and passenger, one touch up and down for all the windows, and it's soft materials for your elbows. A large storage pocket. For the back seats, I'm at 38 inches of headroom, 38 inches of legroom. At 6'3", no issues. There's going to be a little bit of footsie if somebody's sitting in the center, which you'll see in just a second. The rails for the seat kind of get into the way. Dual climate control settings in the rear with your heated seats, air vents in the center, 2 USB-C ports. The floor is not completely flat with storage behind both of the front seats. Air vents on the side pillar. The door panel gets the grille for the Bauer & Wilkins. You're going to have more of your everyday materials, but it's soft where you rest your arms, one touch up and down, and a smaller storage pocket than the front. Sitting into the center, headroom is still no issue, nor is legroom, but like I said, the footsie, you can see it now. The rails, they just could have pushed it a little bit more forward. I'm sharing butt and shoulder space. It's not necessarily too undesirable, just playing footsie, it can be here and there. 247 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, paired with the 8-speed Geartronic automatic transmission. I would have liked to see a power telescoping steering wheel, which this one's just a manual, but it still has a happy medium. You do have to sit it up a little bit higher if you're taller in order to see the gauge cluster. Full digital reader, which is something that has been implemented now for a couple of years. Upgraded 22-inch wheels. How does the drive feel? Well, we have air suspension, so it pretty much makes it seamless, and that's what you really want to do if you option bigger wheels. Go ahead and spend the extra couple $1,000s to get it, because it's going to go a longer distance for you in the sense of comfort. As for dynamics, 0 to 60 around 6.5 seconds. Not the fastest, and when you give it a go, you get a little bit more of a drone note out of the exhaust, but that's going to be something you should expect because it's a 2.0 liter turbocharged, and this has a mild hybrid technology that helps you get about 1 mile more per gallon city and highway. The seats, they are always comfortable in Volvo. The way they do the bolstering, especially when you start getting more seat adjustments, anything past 12-seat adjustment, you're going to notice you can bolster it to have a little bit more sport, and you can also bolster the center area for your back and the lumbar support for the top and lower part. So it does make it a little bit more cushiony, and you get the cushion extensions, which is good for tall people. Now, this is going to take me into some things I like and dislike, starting off with what I like. You get the Pro Assist. The Pro Assist in Volvo goes about a mile-ish without you really having to control anything. The vehicle drives for itself seamlessly and brakes and comes to a complete stop. Very good system, especially when you're at this price point, because if you start going into Mercedes, BMW, or even Audi, to get something to go to the level of this, you're going to be spending at least $10,000 or $20,000 more. The second thing I like is the interior has a lot more elegance. The Scandinavians just set itself in a different tier. Tailored dashboard, the wood decor that just pops, and it looks like it's a stronger piece of wood instead of something that they just fabricated really quick. As for performance in the B5, and you're braking. So you got the best of both worlds. Around 10 miles per hour. The last thing that I like about the vehicle, I have to show you. it's the auto start stop. When you get into an S-Class, you're going to be spending over $100,000. When you get this, you barely feel it. They did an excellent job reworking the system to make it where it just so smooth the transition. Turn radius at a stop point is not going to be the tightest, about 2 and a par lane. Now with the B5, you're not really stressing all-round performance. You're trying to get something that has some performance, but it's really better for your gas consumption. Front-wheel drive, 3 things that I dislike. Starts off when you start getting up to any speed over 30, it starts getting a little bit loud. Obviously, it's probably due to the fact that we got 22-inch wheels. However, the sound deadening could be a little bit better at this price point. The second thing that I dislike is on the door panels. They did a great job with the speaker grille and the design of the dash, but then they don't do anything on the actual design for any of the door panels. It's just basic, in which it just makes it too simplified, and I want it to be a little bit more luxurious because of the price tag. The last thing that I dislike is when you mash the pedal, it feels heavier than a hair over 4,000 pounds. They did such a great job with the design on the exterior and bringing it in the inside. They just need to do a few touch-ups. Going back to Infiniti QX50, it's going to be a little bit more of an older design in the interior. If you want it to be more of that fastback look on the exterior, you'd go for the QX55. For the BMW, if you go to the X3 or X4, it's just going to be either a box or a coupe design. The X5 will be comparable to size, but the price point is just so much more MSRP. You can't even touch it with this fully loaded price tag. Going into Audi, if you get a Q5, you're gonna feel kind of the same way when you're pushing the gas pedal. It's a little bit heavy. It doesn't really have something that just gives you that wow factor. It's definitely an everyday car, but I like the interior of this because it's a little bit more simplified in the sense of the front. I'd like the door panels a little bit better in the Audi. Everyday drive, this is definitely going to tick the box. Windscreen is pushed back, given the silhouette style cues on the exterior, keeping the traditional box image of an SUV, and all the windows are pretty large, so you don't have any blind spots. You're under 7 seconds 0 to 60. 6.5 is pretty quick when the majority of the vehicles are getting 7, 8, and 9 seconds. So getting up onto the interstate, not going to be an issue, but it will start getting a little bit more wind noise coming into the interior. I'd like to thank Crown Volvo Cars for giving us this 2023 Volvo XC60 B5 for our car review. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Hawkeye community. If not, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click the next video and the subscribe button. Check out the merchandise, Instagram, and website, and everything we do here, Hawkeye Rides.